I'd like to call to order the meeting of Monday, March 10th, 2014. Commissioner Schulte, after I determine there's a quorum, would you lead us in a flag salute? And there is a quorum. 2 of us are here. And Commissioner Gross is having a good time, we believe, in Arizona.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approve the minutes?
Do we have any public comment? Carrie's getting it right now.
Do we approve the minutes first?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the minutes of March 3rd, 2014.
Second. Any comments on the minutes? It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of March 3rd, 2014. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Public comment? There's none. Okay. And it appears we have no one who signed up for public comment.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the notice agenda, one item, resolution number 14, TAC 086.
Second.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey, Public Works Director, speaking to your notice item. And this is a notice of hearing amending the 2014 annual construction program and the 6-year transportation improvement program. And this hearing will be held on or after 10 a.m. on Monday, March 24th. This is resolution number 14-086. This is a notice that we're going to amend the TIP to increase funding for the Bishop Road Improvement Project and the Skate Creek Road Project. Neither of these projects have increased in scope, but just need an increase in budgeting due to project increases, cost increases.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any comments, questions?
Further questions?
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the notice of hearing, resolution number 14-086. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda, items 2 through 10, resolution number 14, TAC 087 through 14, TAC 095.
Second. All right. Would you like to do the
The
warrants?
first item we have is approval of warrants, and we have had a total of 306 regular warrants for $998,830.87. Furthermore, we have a total of 192 payroll warrants and 449 automatic deposits dated March 5th for a total amount of $3,331,032.01.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Suzette Smith, Auditor's Office, Financial Services, here to represent resolution number 14-420 to establish the Vader Water System Utility Fund number 420. Superior Court order approved the transfer agreement of this water system from the City of Vader to Lewis County, and an addendum to extend the closing date set the transfer as effective midnight, April 30th, 2014. This resolution will establish the proprietary enterprise fund for the accounting of that water district, or water system.
Thank you. Any questions? No? All right.
Good morning, Commissioners. Doug Carey, Facilities Manager. I'm here to speak to resolution number 14-089. This is an interlocal agreement between Lewis County Central Services and the Lewis County Fire District number 1 out in Alaska. And this interlocal allows the Radio Services Division to perform maintenance and repair work for the fire district. And this is pretty much our standard agreement and standard fees.
Thank you. Questions?
Good morning, Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, speaking on agenda item number 5, Resolution 14-090. This is approval of a professional services agreement with French & Associates, So the action before the board is to sign the resolution and then authorize me to sign the contract. And a little bit about the contract. French & Associates were selected by the Chehalis River Basin Flood Authority as the consultant to provide professional services to complete a floodplain management analysis for the jurisdictions within the Chehalis River Basin. And the objective of this project is to identify ways to improve floodplain management programs. Improved programs can result in reduction of flood issues, lowering flood insurance premiums, reductions in damage to repetitive loss properties, and protection of natural floodplain functions throughout the Chehalis Basin. Any questions?
Once again, just to comment that the money that's come from here was mandated by the legislature that we do this. This is not an optional, this is something we need to do.
That's correct, and Lewis County will serve as the fiscal agent for that on behalf of the Flood Authority.
Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Delane Coleman, Human Resources, speaking to item number 6, Resolution 14-091, a resolution to approve a collective bargaining agreement between Lewis County and the Teamsters Union representing the Sheriff's Office Correction Sergeants. The contract will be a 2-year agreement dating from 1/1/2014 to 12/31/2015. For the duration of the contract, the employer health and welfare percentages are left unchanged. The employer contribution for 2014 is $1,312.66. There is a 3% COLA on base wage for the year 2014, retroactive to January 1, 2014, and a 2% COLA on base wage for 2015. The contract now includes the position of Corrections Lieutenant, formerly a non-represented position, employer assignment of supervisory personnel to conduct internal investigations was clarified. Firearms instructor and FTO supervisor removed from an hourly stipend to a monthly stipend, and the group now has access to a VIVA plan. Basic housekeeping procedures include spelling, grammar, seniority, clarification, and other items of similar nature. Thank you.
Could you tell folks what VIVA stands for?
It is like an HRA. VIVA has to have a full group participation, and what they'll do is determine an amount to put towards medical costs for future medical costs. Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey, speaking to item number 7, resolution number 14-092, bid award for the surplus timber on county-owned property near Randall, Washington. As you're aware, the Area 7 shop burnt down last year on March 22nd. We have since gone out and on January 27th of this year, we put out a bid for surplus timber on that property. It's approximately 3 acres of timber. Our minimum bid was $37,000, and we did receive 6 bids on the timber, with the highest bid being $52,252 from Double Mountain Development. And we would recommend entering into an agreement with Double Mountain Development in the amount of $52,252 to log the property out in Randall.
Mr. Elsey, does that $52,252 go into the general fund, or are you keeping that in roads?
That's staying in 501 in R&R.
So you're keeping that?
That's correct. Speaking to item number 8, resolution number 14-093, preserving the rights to Lewis County for Mickelson Parkway right-of-way. Mickelson Parkway was dedicated to the county with a turn-back agreement 5 years ago. It was March 12th, 2009, and we are quickly approaching the date that right-of-way would be turned back. However, Mickelson Land and Timber and Mickelson Properties have chosen to extend that agreement for 1 year, and this resolution would authorize extending that agreement with the Mickelsons for 1 year. for the right-of-way.
Now, it's my understanding, we asked them about that. They weren't sure they were interested. They came back later to you and said, yes, we are interested.
That's correct. We originally contacted them last fall to see, because we knew the sunset clause was coming up. At the time, they kind of put us on hold and said they weren't sure whether or not they would be interested in preserving the rights. They are working with Benaroya Company at this point, who is in the process of developing the Winlock Industrial Park. And so they do want to preserve the rights through there for the right-of-way in case Benaroya chooses to start building Mickelson Parkway within the next year. All the other terms remain the same. Finally, resolution number 14-094, approving a local agency agreement and federal aid perspective with Washington State Department of Transportation for the Bishop Road Improvement Project. This project is listed as number 9 on Lewis County's 2014-2019 6-year Transportation Improvement Program. Project is funded through the Surface Transportation Program, STPU, at 86.5%, or $692,000, with 13.5% matching requirement from the county at $108,000. This funding allocation was approved by the Transportation Strategy Council Board and entered into the meeting record of February 19, 2013. Approval of this resolution would authorize the chairman of the Board of County Commissioners to sign a local agency agreement and project prospectus for reimbursement of construction expenses for this federally funded project. Thank you.
Morning, Danette York, Director of Public Health and Social Services, speaking to item number 10, resolution number 14-095. This is approving contracts with ESD 113, Community Allied Behavioral Health, Fresh Start, and the Eugenia Center. So this is where we take the state contract, comes into the county, and then we subcontract out with all of these providers within the county to provide chemical dependency treatment services. The total amount of the contract that will be subcontracted out is $527,954. The contract time period is July 1st, 2013 through June 30th of 2014. The breakdown of the funding for each subcontractor is ESD 113/True North is receiving $87,906. Community Allied Behavioral Health is receiving $134,434. Fresh Start, $69,803, and then the Eugenia Center actually receives 2 separate contracts. Through the county contract, they will receive $111,699, and then through the criminal justice process through CJTA, they receive $124,112. So their total for Eugenia Center is $235,811. And the reason these contracts are so late being processed is we were waiting on a contract amendment from Division of Behavioral Health and Resources through DSHS to finalize their state contract. And that has recently been done. Any questions?
Remind us again what this money is going to be used for.
Chemical dependency treatment services to the citizens of Lewis County. So people that are have substance abuse issues, and they go to these different providers. They can use these funds to provide them services when they have no health insurance or they don't qualify for Medicaid.
So, and it's low income.
Low income, correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's been moved and seconded to approve consent agenda items, resolution number 14-087 through 095. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Now we'll be moving to a public hearing. We will first have a staff report, followed by a question and answer period. We will then close the question and answer period and open the hearing for formal testimony. And if public testimony happens, it'll be 3 minutes for each individual. And anyone that wants to testify should sign in on our sheet, which is located at the podium. Okay. Ms. Sisson, would you give us the staff report?
Good morning, Commissioners. Becky Sisson, Budget Fiscal Services. I am requesting approval of the first 2014 budget amendment, Resolution 14-096. Notice of this public hearing was published in the East County Journal on February 26th and March 5th. The following is a summary of the changes affected by this budget amendment resolution. $50,191 for sick and vacation payouts, $110,925 in salaries and benefits, $147,263 for adjustments to grants and contracts, $280,100 for capital projects, $273,560 for the new Vader Water System Utility Fund 420, $875,000 for the purchase of wetland mitigation credits, $150,000 for unemployment and other insurance claims, $52,290 for professional services, training, travel, interfund professional services, and other miscellaneous expenditures, $93,759 in transfers out from current expense to other funds. I will provide the total change of the amendment and that portion that only affects the current expense fund, which is the county operating fund. A more detailed description of each line item is available at the front of the room. The total budget amendment for all funds was noticed as a revenue increase of $309,373, an expenditure increase of $952,108, and a decrease in fund balance of $642,735. Changes since the notice amount resulted in a total increase in expenditures of $1,080,980 and an increase of $110,840 in revenue. The new total of this budget amendment for all funds is a revenue increase of $420,213, an expenditure increase of $2,033,088, and a decrease in fund balance of $1,612,875. The current expense portion of this budget amendment is a revenue increase of $13,000, an expenditure increase of $223,235, and a decrease in fund balance of $210,235. Any questions?
Any questions?
Now, it seems to me the two largest are the wetland mitigation credit purchase and the setting up of the Vader Water Fund 420.
Yes, that is correct.
And now, the wetland mitigation purposes will be offset as we gain revenue from projects.
Correct. It'll be an expenditure to Fund 501 in the beginning, and then as the roads projects come up, they will purchase them
So
from 501.
it looks like a large negative, but that actually will be paid back.
Correct.
And the Vader Water Fund that you set up will actually have rates being paid back into it.
Right, it has an offset of revenue.
So there will be revenue coming in later. You just can't count that yet.
Yes. It's in the budget amendment. There's $272,000, yeah.
So it's not as grim as it looks up front.
Right.
Any other questions? I'd like to open up the question and answer period for the public to ask any questions. Okay, seeing no questions, I'd like to close the question and answer period. Would you like, Ms. Sisson, for your opening comments to be incorporated into the record of the hearing?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Okay. Now I'd like to open the hearing for public testimony. And do we have any public who commented or have signed up? No. Then I'd like to close the hearing for public testimony.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the budget amendment, the first one of this year, resolution number 14, TAC 096.
Second. Any other further comments or questions? So it's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 14-096 regarding the 2014 budget amendment. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Madam Chair, with no further business, I move we adjourn.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Adjourned. Thank you all.